And turning to voters' side now, entrepreneur, billionaire, and TV personality Mark Cuban held a town hall with the Harris-Walz campaign in Reno today, and we had exclusive access. Cuban highlighted Kamala Harris's economic plan, which includes a tax relief plan aimed at 99% of small businesses earning $400,000 or less per year.
Donald Trump talks about lowering taxes. He's doing it for C corporations. So there are, oh my God, I gotta get this right. There are 20,000 companies with more than 500 employees. That's who he cares about.
Cuban claims that Trump's favoring of large businesses also applies to his approach to tariffs.
See that when he talks about tariffs. He's saying, well, we want you to bring back your manufacturing. I asked for a show of hands here in Reno for all the small business. How many people have manufacturing overseas? None of them. They're dependent on other manufacturers.
Cuban says that Donald Trump's trade war with China will not only impact small businesses, but everyday Americans.
Almost every Christmas present that we buy was made in China, and it's imported. So if Donald Trump gets his way, our cost of Christmas presents are going up 60% or more. And that's not only bad for consumers, it's also bad for the businesses that they buy from, particularly small businesses.
We contacted Team Trump Nevada for their response to Cuban's claims on tariffs.
He wants to be strong against our foreign countries that want to take advantage of our economy, that want to take advantage of a system that has taken away jobs, that has made a whole country as a whole not as competitive on the global stage.
Cuban says Kamala has a plan to offset inflation by targeting one of the largest expenses for businesses and Americans, healthcare.
She is going to take on the pharmacy benefit managers, the pharmacy middlemen, and basically reduce their impact on the prices that they set and also introduce transparency. I know from my own personal experiences and the research that's come out that would reduce the cost of pharmaceuticals and medical expenses by 20-30% or more. So that's an immediate offset to any inflation that we've seen so far.
Dobbins argues that regardless of tackling healthcare, Kamala Harris's track record as the tie-breaking vote in the Senate over the last 3.5 years is the main driver of inflation.
When it comes to how do you bring down the cost of everyday goods and services, you have to start at the root of the problem. And this inflationary spending that we see from Washington is definitely what fuels this constant inflation crisis, from healthcare, from starting a business, from local everyday costs for all Nevadan families.
And other topics Cuban focused on were embracing robotics and artificial intelligence, as well as the presidential candidate's contrasting plans for deportation of immigrants. And for those who haven't voted yet, it's the final weekend of early voting. According to Washoe County, over 4,000 mail-in ballots were turned in yesterday, and over 4,700 people showed up in person to cast their votes. While the county's website says Democrats have turned in the most mail-in ballots, Republicans hold the majority for in-person turnout. Early voting will continue until next Friday, November 1st.